50 self-esteem affirmations, repeat them daily to build self-worth. These 50 commitments will help you conceive your self-esteem goodness. Thrive involved representatives from many realms to share their viewpoints on our community forum. Community tales are not delegated by our opinion committee, and impressions conveyed by community supporters do not evaluate the viewpoints of Thrive or its craftsperson. More information on our community approaches is available in this video. How do prosperous peoples acknowledge that they attained success? When you express yourself with anyone well-known, from fame to CEOs, their opinions are identical. You'll get articles about how each someone understood the value of self-esteem. Self-worth enables you to pursue when several challenges and barriers get in your habit. No one has a susceptible way to their fantasies or objectives. Well-known authors earn dozens of refusal workstations from publishers refusing to take an opportunity on their work. Experienced athletes often tell stories of how they earned a cut from their high school squads. When other people understand that you're on the edge of achievement, their lack of self-worth becomes the energy that strives to push you down with them. Since they've abandoned, they understand that they should make the same determination. If that viewpoint arrives from colleagues or households, it can be struggling to set aside that negativity to follow the way you must amble. How flawed is poor self-esteem? Low self-esteem can lessen the integrity of life you have in several directions. A continual bad prominence of yourself establishes emotions of suffering and disappointment with life. Although everyone relinquishes dignity sometimes, these feelings are enormous when self-esteem is non-existent. The outcomes of long-term poor self-esteem are as complicated as continual anxiety susceptibility. It can even dominate physical fitness situations. What are the symptoms of poor self-esteem? Although everyone is different, the warnings of poor self-esteem pursue a standard developmental craze. You'll see these behaviors, determinations, or outcomes in your life or when confronting others. People with poor self-esteem are hypercritical of themselves. They ignore or palliate their encouraging aspects. When correlating themselves to their counterparts, they see themselves as inadequate. They use pessimistic descriptors about themselves, such as ugly, unlovable, or stupid. Their self-talk is almost always pessimistic, taking a self-blame technique to situations. They believe fortune plays a substantial part in whatever success they understand. They're used to criticizing themselves when something takes off unfairly instead of comprehending the complete set of situations. Most importantly, people with low self-esteem don't believe the acknowledgments that others suggest. They think that those terms are hypocritical or have an alternative purpose to them. How low self-esteem influences your life. Having continual low self-esteem can influence a person's life in considerable directions. The continual susceptibility to unfavorable emotions can trigger despair, stigma, shame, uncertainty, or darkness. These feelings can feel irresistible at times, resulting in people lashing out at others as a way to withstand them. Low self-esteem can cause connection problems. People who don't have dignity in themselves enable unfair behaviors from their partners, supporters, and companions. They often believe that respect must be attained instead of given, which creates a toxic and perhaps harsh dynamic. People with low self-esteem apprehend striving for something new. Because they disgrace their proficiency, struggling circumstances become situations avoided. This matter can even cause some people to evade activities that they love because it requires interactions with other people. There is a significant connection between low self-esteem and self-consciousness. Individuals coping with this problem are often looking for signs from others that people don't like them. Under extreme circumstances, people with persistent low self-esteem may attempt self-harm behaviors. Alcohol abuse, illicit drug use, and eating disorders are more prevalent in those with this issue compared to the general population. What causes low self-esteem? Although people can experience low self-esteem at any point in life, when a failure occurs, this issue becomes problematic when the response is to give up instead of embracing persistence. The personality trait of giving up takes time to develop. It usually occurs when people get told by trusted individuals that they're not reasonable, quick, talented, acceptable, wonderfully healthy, or courteous enough to accomplish their goals or dreams. Although the advice given in these circumstances may have the intent to be helpful, exposure to negative perceptions can influence an individual's self-perception. Some additional factors can play a role in the development of low self-esteem. An undiagnosed mental illness, such as depression or an anxiety disorder, can trigger feelings of low self-worth. Persistent medical problems, including chronic pain or physical disabilities, can alter a person's perception of themselves. Ongoing stressful events such as financial problems or relationship issues are common when low self-esteem develops. Students who don't perform to their expectations or those of their parents, teachers, or elders can experience this issue. Abusive treatment from others often causes low self-esteem. We all have significant people in our lives. When these individuals are exceptionally critical of who we are or what we do, low self-esteem can develop. When these encounters happen in childhood, the self-worth issues can persist well into adulthood. It can even be a lifelong battle for some. That's why knowing how to defeat the problem of low self-esteem is an essential life skill. 50 self-esteem affirmations to use today. If you're tired of feeling like you're unimportant, ignored, or worthless, these self-esteem affirmations can reset your perspective. Try to repeat these positive affirmations for at least 5 minutes each day. You don't need to say them all. If you repeat a favorite one for about 90 seconds, it can be a more compelling experience. You can